Now it's time to meet someone who's going to be my co-host for the next section. She's someone who actually you know already because she was the Sue Stokes Award winner for last year. Ella, how lovely to see you.
Hi, lovely to see you too.
How's your year been?
It's been chaos, but the good kind of chaos.
Have you been opening fates and all that kind of stuff as the Sue Stokes winner?
No, I've just been doing lots of charity work, fundraising, and doing lots of social media and stuff for Reach, and well, that's just
Let's talk about fundraising first of all. I know we've got the serious job in a moment to do, which we will do, but first of all I want to talk about this. What's this 2.6 challenge that you did? What was that all about?
So last year during lockdown there was a 2.6 challenge because obviously people couldn't do the marathon and stuff that was normally happen. So the 2.6 challenge was something I started on the 26th of April, and I did it for a month and I ran 2.6 miles every day. Obviously marathons are a lot bigger, but I don't run. So 2.6 miles was quite a lot for me. I did it every day for a month and people sponsored me, and in the end I raised over £800 for Reach, which was amazing. Yeah. Well,
congratulations. And we heard earlier on from Joe, you know, every penny counts at the moment.
It really does. Yeah.
Really, really, really good. And later on we're going to be celebrating the new winner of the Sue Stokes Award, so we'll come to that in a while. But I remember talking to you before, you know, about your work at the university. You're now in your final year.
I am, yes.
How does that feel? Is it a bit scary that real world out there's looming?
Yeah, it's really scary. I mean, I've got less than a year to go now, and then I'm going to be in the adult world, big job and stuff. It's quite scary, but I'm really looking forward to it as well.
Yeah, no, quite right. And you've achieved a huge amount at uni, because not only doing all of your studies, last year you were the disability officer.
You're
now I've got to get this right, the president of your college at university.
I am, yeah.
How did you get to become the president? That's a very grand title.
Yeah, it was all elected. So I'm at the University of York, and it's a collegiate system, and you know, you have to nominate yourself, and then all the students in the college vote. And then you're just kind of in charge of a committee of students who'll help run activities throughout the year. So we've just done Freshers Week, which is obviously a very big week for students. But it's really exciting, and I love it. I love it to bits. Now,
there might be some youngsters, and I know we touched on this a little bit last year, but there might be some youngsters who are looking to go to university.
Yeah.
And, you know, they've become quite comfortable in their environment with who they are within their environment. But now all of a sudden it's a next level where their difference is going to be noticed.
Yeah.
What sort of advice could you give to those individuals?
Well, the advice I'd give is to just truly be yourself. So, you know, you're going to university, everyone has their worries when they're going home, whether you're a Reach child or not a Reach child. And you've just really got to be yourself. You know, you will be a little bit out of your comfort zone, so will everybody. Everybody's nervous about their own thing when they go to university. It's just your worries might be slightly different. I'd really just say, like, give it your all, get involved in societies, activities like college, like I did. You know, just truly give it your all and have a really good time.
Now, as if being the president of the college, doing your disability role that you did, you're a queen of social media, if that's okay for me to say it. Plus, and I've got a copy here as well. I nearly spilt water all over me. That wasn't very clever. With the new Reach magazine.
Yeah.
You're in here.
Yeah, so
tell us about, how did you get involved in that?
So after the Sue Stokes Award last year, I started writing a column for Reach. So every magazine that comes out, I have a column. I talk about all different things. So I think I've spoken about university. I think the first one I did was like an introducing me kind of thing. And I've got one coming out in the next magazine, but I talk about anything and everything. I try and focus on things that I wanted to know when I was like a child, so like above the age of like 13 to kind of like 25, because I'm 20 now. But yeah, I'm open to any ideas. If anybody's got any ideas that they would like me to talk about, or you'd like to hear my opinions, just let me know.
Well, one of the big things that you're very hot on, and you were part of our social media panel last year.
I was.
Which was incredibly valuable for people. For people who are maybe new, who are just joining us this year, and as a bit of a reminder, what are your kind of top tips? I mean, we don't have a huge amount of time, which we could spend the whole day talking about social media. First of all, what are your top tips to youngsters? And then we'll come to parents and how to somehow be aware of what their youngsters are doing on social media. So first of all, to our reach kids, what would you say?
Yeah, so obviously only start going on social media when you're over 13 or 15 or whatever age your parents allow you to. And I'd just be yourself, post whatever you think you want to post, you know, it's not about what others think of you. Just post pictures of your life and happy times, happy memories. A lot of my stuff is reach related, or like I went pumpkin picking the other day, so there's some lovely pumpkin photos on there. Just be yourself and don't let anyone pressure you. And like, social media isn't the real world. No one's going to show you like the sad parts of life on social media. Is the highlights of everybody's life, and I think that's quite an important thing to remember.
Do you have any coping mechanisms for when social media doesn't go right? Because that's inevitably going to happen to everybody at some stage.
Yeah, so I just have to remember, I get lots of messages, particularly from reach parents, which I really do value if you've messaged me, and I get some not so nice ones, but I've just got to remember the good ones and think like, when I was younger, I wanted someone to put themselves out there, talk about going to university, the awkward things, the nerves, things that people don't really talk about when they're a teenager. And you've just got to remember that like, if you've helped one child or somebody's thought, oh, I can relate to that, that's what you've got to take away from it. It's all about the silver linings in life and focusing on the positives.
Really powerful. And now for parents, you know, it's for most parents, social media wasn't around when they were around.
No.
And it's a whole new ball game for them to get their head around. And, you know, they want to be supportive, but they also don't want to be too controlling either.
Yeah.
Where do they get that balance?
So I started going on social media when I was 15, and I know my mum's watching this, so hi. And I thought that I could have full control, and looking back now, I'm glad I didn't. And it's really important that you keep talking to your parents about social media. You know, if something's upset you, it's really good to have that open line of communication, so they know. Obviously when you're older, then it becomes more of your social media, but I think it's really key to keep your parents like in the loop, and you know, let them follow you and see what you're posting, because it's their life as well.
Brilliant. Well, we're going to talk more later.
We are.
We're going to talk more about the Sue Stokes Awards, which we're very excited about that. But in the meantime, we're going to hand over to you to introduce our next segment.
Yes.